Can we go by elimination? Examples can be DDT, endosulfan, volatile organic compounds. Two is easily soluble in water. Yeah, all POPs are not volatile. One example of POP is volatile organic compound. No, I did not get your question in that case. Example of persistent organic pollutants is VOC, volatile organic compounds. You remember we have read about VOCs, secondary pollutants mein photochemical smog formation. Okay, so one of the example of POP is VOC, volatile organic compounds. So that category is volatile. Other examples of POP are DDT, endosulfan. These are non-volatile. Acha, you tell me, how many of you say that second statement is correct? False. How many true and how many false? True, true, true. You true, true. That the same mistake I also did. Okay, because I was also knowing examples of DDT, endosulfan soluble in water. That is what they use in mosquito repellent, right? And the second, I was also confident with second statement is because either of these two statements should be correct. Either this should be correct or this. Both of them cannot be correct. What was I was thinking. But the reason, the explanation, this statement is incorrect actually. Why they are saying that this is incorrect is because they are persistent. And persistent, and if they are soluble in water, they will go away from the food chain, will be removed from food chain. They should be soluble in fat only. In that case, they will remain. They will be persistent, entering the food chain, traveling through the food chain. They can be. They can become. That's what. Another thing is, what he is saying is, if you dissolve it in detergents, even if they are not soluble in water, you dissolve it in detergent and then mix it with water, it will get mixed. Volatile organic compounds will depend upon what kind of compound it is. For example, benzene combination with chlorine will be soluble. Only benzene will not be soluble. Because that's what. See, in general, they should be fat soluble. Only in that case, they will be traveling through the food chain. They will be present. They will be persistent. If they are soluble in water, they can be removed from the body of animals or plants also can be removed. If they are water soluble, from transpiration, it can be removed from plants, or from excreta, it can be removed from animals. If it is soluble in fat, it will get deposited, will remain, continue in the food chain. Getting my point? No. Volatile kerosene, volatile, not dissolved. Okay. So the second statement is incorrect. I also did the same mistake. What DDT and endosulfan was what I was thinking, because they are soluble in water. So I marked that this statement is true, but this statement is not true. The explanation: DDT and endosulfan, or we do not know, because the larger category of POPs we do not know. So that there can be few exceptions to this, but in general they will have to be fat soluble to remain in the food chain, to continue in the food chain. If they are water soluble, they will dissolve in water and get removed. Right? You remember we have studied this in bioaccumulation. If it has to get accumulated, it must be fat soluble. It cannot be water soluble. Right? In general, it is not. We make it water soluble by adding some chemicals. In general, it is not. Okay. So the second statement is incorrect. Now, what about rest? Hmm. Hmm? They are used as flame retardants in electronic products. Huh? One is also correct. Huh? Four is also correct. Four is also. If they write down such kind of effect, na affecting hormone, it is usually correct because hormones get affected even because of stress. If you get to you read environment for one whole week, you automatically will get stressed. Automatically, your hormones will get disbalanced. So ultimately, this is a very generalized statement. Okay? Hormonal imbalance is a very generalized statement. Can occur because of numerous things. Next few questions are relatively easy. You have studied about them. One and can you eliminate one any statement? Which one? Areva, very good. There is no producer responsibility. We have studied about extended producer responsibility in plastic and e-waste management, right? What about second one? True or false? E-waste management rules. So we do have rules related to e-waste management. So the next rest two are correct. Shorter electronic product life cycle, usually it is 3 to 3.5 years, and not enough awareness regarding disposal of e-waste. Okay. One thing I forgot to mention, e-waste generation mein, what do you expect? Which area, which state, which city would be the largest generator of e-waste? Huh? बाप रे इतना ही this polymorphism I was not expecting. At least 3-4 options. Let me eliminate. State wise, I'll give you options: Maharashtra, Karnataka, Andhra, or Andhra, and Tamil Nadu. State wise, Maharashtra is at the top of the list. Please add this wherever you have written e-waste note. Maharashtra is the largest producer of e-waste in India, and city wise it is Bangalore, largest producer of e-waste. Online students can also try to answer the questions, please. What is upwelling? Upwelling.
Movement of any material against the gravitational rising sea level, rising water cycle. Basically, like the water cycle goes downwelling and then goes upwelling.
Within water or hydrosphere plus atmosphere?
Within water.
You are talking about water cycle or only within water? Correct. That is upwelling. Have you studied upwelling in geography? Where?
Upwelling of magma.
Okay, that is also upwelling. Correct. That is also upwelling. Upwelling is vertical movement. Agreed. But in oceans, where have we studied in geography? Upwelling? Ocean salinity mein where have you read? Ha. Acha, salinity. Okay. And where else? Currents. El Nino mein you have not studied upwelling. Peruvian coast pe movement of nutrients. Movement. Why do we have Peruvian coast to the Pacific side of the Peruvian coast? Why do we have so much fishes? What happens in El Nino? That is Labrador. That is to the Brazilian side, to the Atlantic side. I'm talking about the Pacific side of Peru. Peru, which side? Map. Which side? Peru touches which water body? Thank God. So Pacific Ocean mein what is happening? Why do we have El Nino Pacific Ocean mein what is happening? Warm shifting of warm waters. The El Nino is the basic the concept of shifting of warm waters. So warm waters are whenever it is coming to the Australian coast, we will witness wildfires and forest fires. Okay, whenever it is entering in coming to the Peruvian coast, this is the normal phenomena. Okay. So usually what happens at the Peruvian coast, Pacific side, because Peru touches Pacific Ocean. Okay. Somebody was telling warm and cold waters. Warm and cold waters are meeting to the Brazilian side, the Atlantic side of South America. Okay. So the question is next. Okay, so I was saying about upwelling. So what usually happens is there is movement of water from the bottom of the ocean, okay, till the coastal area, and which brings nutrients to the top. That's the reason why this region is famous for fishing cultivation. Matlab, this is rich in fishes because nutrients are coming from the ocean bottom. Okay, upwelling is occurring at this side. Okay. This does not happen. Upwelling does not happen during El Nino. So I was asking upwelling ka meaning you guys know. Okay. So concern over increase in harmful algal blooms. Say yes or no at least about statement 1. True or false? True. True. Can you explain why true? No, not you. Her. Okay, can you explain, say whether the second statement is true or false? False. Second statement true or false? You're telling me, asking. True. What about second statement, sir? You don't think so. So you think it is false or not sure? See, this is talking about harmful algal bloom in seawater. Seawater. Seawater mein harmful algal bloom is occurring because of discharge. Any place where you are witnessing harmful algal bloom, that is because of excessive nutrient. So any statement which says that this is adding nutrient, that statement becomes true. Okay? If this is adding nutrients, matlab discharge of nutrients from estuaries, this is true. If it is adding nutrients, runoff from land during the monsoon, this is true. Agricultural runoff will bring fertilizer pesticides to sea. So the second statement is also true. And upwelling of seas, nutrient coming to the ocean surface, this is also true because this also brings nutrients to the surface. Okay? Is India signatory to Rotterdam? We are a signatory. Yes, we are signatory to all three: Basel, Rotterdam, and the third one was POP, Stockholm. We are signatory to all of them. Okay, so India has signed Rotterdam Convention, although we are opposing asbestos inclusion of asbestos under Rotterdam Convention. What was Rotterdam Convention? Correct. Prior informed consent procedure. Matlab, if we are sending a hazardous chemical to your country, I will send a document which says that this chemical should not meet with such and such chemical, should not be mixed with water, should not be exposed to such life, should not be. So that is a prior informed consent procedure under Rotterdam Convention. That means we are not talking about completely elimination. Otherwise, why would we sending PIC? Right? We are sending PIC because we are talking about transboundary movement, but with such movements, we will also be sending a document, that is a PIC, prior informed consent document. Getting my point? So it is not talking about completely elimination of international trade of hazardous chemicals. Oh, acha. Because amongst poor, asbestos is very commonly used. So asbestos fibers, we cannot, if we, basically what Rotterdam says that if you are trading in, let's say, asbestos, or some country sending you, so you will have to send this PIC document. We are saying that asbestos we will be using. Okay, we know the consequences of it, but because India is a poor country, we will have to make use of it. So we will be using, we will be sending if anybody wants it. Okay, we will not be getting into that red tapeism or the trade barrier part. Okay, sheets, yeah, ceiling, covering. Asbestos you have not seen. Asbestos, it looks like this. I am from one of the poorest states of India, right? I have seen it very often. This, it looks like this. The sheets looks like this. Can be green color, off-white color. Okay, it is used to cover the houses. Roof, correct. Huh? Any one statement, can you eliminate? Can you eliminate? Eliminate it. Incorrect. CPCB is the body. The ministry is Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. CPCB itself comes under MOE FCC. Okay, so MOE FCC shall be overall responsible for monitoring, because CPCB is coming within Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. Third statement is correct. Two is correct. False. One is false. Correct. Households are not considered a waste generator. This is incorrect, obviously. One of the largest waste generator, solid waste generator. First statement is incorrect. What about the second one? Not correct. First one is true only. True? Why true? Not considered as a waste generator. Households are considered as waste generator, na? Solid waste. Solid waste may we do not have extended producer responsibility. Plastic waste may we had, e-waste may we had. Because how will you ask domestic people to collect back the waste that they are generating? Okay. This bit I think I told in yesterday's class. Remember this. What is the concept of extended producer responsibility? That whoever is the producer of that waste, be it plastic waste, biomedical waste, e-waste, whoever is the producer of that waste, it is the responsibility of that producer to pull back, to put it in a circular economy. Okay, to pull back the waste that you have generated. This is not possible for solid waste management rules, because domestic solid waste generation is one of the largest contribution. Okay, so we cannot ask households to pull back, right? What will they do with that waste, right? We will have to collect it, huh? So they are considered as waste generators, na? In that case, they becomes under the rules. Yes, they are considered as waste generators. Okay, so we also will have to pay a user fee. We will also have to pay a spot fee if we are taking any littering. If we do any littering, we will also have to pay spot fine. Two fines we discussed: spot fine and user fee. We will have to pay this. Okay, under solid waste management rules, we will have to pay this. Okay, any confusion? No? Oh, this is the last one. Six, can we eliminate everybody? Distilled water, this purest form of water, water vapor nahi hoga. Okay, so eliminated. Other, anything else that we can eliminate? Monoxide is used, na? PM Ujjwala Yojana we were reading as a solution. Wood being used as a fuel. Wood, indoor air pollutant, carbon monoxide, incomplete combustion of any fossil fuel or including wood or coal, carbon monoxide. Asbestos fibers, indoor air pollutant. Formaldehyde, indoor air pollutant. Volatile organic compounds, mostly industrial application, but yes, it is considered as indoor air. It is considered as. Argon is not an. Argon is not. It is only used in industries. This is not an indoor air pollutant. Okay, VOCs are indoor air pollutant. Although major application is in industries, but the household things that we are using that contains VOCs in some, or at least results in, for example, chlorine we will be using to clean washrooms, or acid we will be using to clean tiles. Okay, they will ultimately result in volatile organic compounds. Okay. Now I think we can begin with the class. Okay, one more, last. You remember this term, Kigali? Second statement is correct. What about first one? Not sure about Nagoya Protocol, because we have not studied Nagoya Protocol. We have not studied Nagoya Protocol. We'll be reading it in biodiversity. But Kigali Agreement is an amendment to which protocol? Have we studied? Stockholm. Correct. Montreal. This is an amendment to Montreal Protocol. In general, Montreal Protocol consists of only ODS, ozone depleting substances. But Kigali Agreement may we observe, before this we observed that these, although they are not ODS, but they have very high GWP value. Global warming potential value is quite high for HFCs. So we made an amendment to Montreal Protocol stating that we will be adding this gas. This is not an ODS, but a very high global warming potential gas. Okay, HFC. So this is not an amendment to Nagoya Protocol. First statement is incorrect. Second statement is correct. Okay. You writing down? Are you writing this down? You want to take down any question, anything from? Just a reminder. See, if you once we solve such kind of questions, and you got to know that argon is not an household indoor air pollutant, so you find out about argon. Okay, just a 360-degree view. Is it running in news for some reason? Where on all argon is being used? Okay, that is how you do the analysis. I think we've discussed this earlier, right? No. Argon, the pollutant or not, but it's an inert gas, will not react with anything. Huh? Argon, mercury is not used. But nowadays we are not using this, right? मतलब the non-LED tube lights में it was used. Correct. ठीक है. But still I don't not very sure about pollutant, but it is not a reactive gas for sure, not at least at room temperature. Okay, so now coming to certain topics we have missed in, let's say, marine pollution may we have missed the marine plastic pollution. Okay, in soil pollution few more topics are left: soil degradation and desertification. So certain miscellaneous points here and there which we have missed, we will be covering now, and the next topics that we will be beginning with will be renewable energy. Okay, renewable energy in terms of solar, wind, nuclear, thermal. Nuclear तो नहीं, but ठीक है, other sources. ठीक है. So coming to soil pollution and land degradation. So this is very, you would have read earlier only. You only tell me what are the causes of land degradation? Deforestation, erosion. Deforestation will result in erosion. Urbanization. Okay. Overgrazing. Okay. Pollution. Agricultural misuse. मतलब over excessive use of fertilizer, over irrigation. All these are the problems which are resulting into land degradation ultimately. Land degradation or soil degradation, matlab we are talking about declining quality of soil, okay, or declining quality of land. Okay, that can be because of numerous reasons, because of lack of capability of holding water, because of leaching, because of excessive temperature, because of excessive irrigation, because of fertilizer overuse, because of numerous things, soil degradation or land degradation can occur. Okay. So some of them, we will be reading about some of them, such as deforestation, overgrazing, faulty agricultural practices, which is also very much known to you. Okay. What ultimately you will be getting because of all this is the degraded land picture. Okay, what is the problem in any area of India? Okay, for example, in Rajasthan the problem is soil salinity. Punjab, Haryana, West UP, again the problem is soil salinity. In Maharashtra, Vidarbha region, it is land degradation because of deforestation and industries. Okay, so different areas will be having different problems. Okay. Now coming to the first problem, the cause of land degradation is deforestation. Deforestation can occur because of so many reasons which we discussed. For example, urbanization. Okay, because of excessive urban infrastructure, because of houses, because of metro constructions, because of malls, shopping malls. There are so many infrastructural facilities which are available in urban area, right? If you have to develop these infrastructural facilities, you will obviously have to cut down the trees, right? So deforestation because of urbanization can occur. It can also occur because of shifting cultivation. Shifting cultivation is a faulty agricultural practice, partially faulty agricultural practice, because why I am saying partially is because what do they do? Basically, they will cultivate in a piece of land and burn it. After extracting the crop, they will burn that entire piece of land. The science says that what after burning, all this is to be used by the land. That potash which is generated is to be used as a fertilizer for that land. Okay? But the problem now is this is a very time taking process, because they will burn it, leave it for a very long period of time, then they will shift to another piece of land. Until and unless we had a controlled population, this was not a problem. Now, because we have population pressure and food crisis, now we need to continuously extract food from land, right? So now shifting cultivation has become a problem or cause for deforestation, because we are keeping a piece of land barren, and then for example, once we have burnt it, we will leave that land barren, right? So now if rainfall occurs, all of this nutrient will enter into the water body, right? So this is a problem, because this is degrading the soil quality now. Okay? Shifting cultivation is practiced in which area of India? Is it practiced? Correct. In Northeast. In Northeast, certain areas shifting cultivation is still practiced. Okay, deforestation also occurs because of mining and industries. In case of, see, there are two kinds of minings that are carried out. One is open pit mining. They will simply remove, most commonly used in coal. Okay, they will simply remove the topsoil. Okay, and once they start getting the coal, they will start extracting it. This is open pit. Okay. There is another kind of mining wherein they will dig a deep tunnel, and after entering into deep tunnel, they will start extracting. Rat hole mining. Rat hole mining is more of by informal sector. This is by formal sector. For example, CIL and all, or the industries, they will not undertake this kind of mining practices. They will properly dig a tunnel and then start extracting it. Okay? Rat hole mining, I'm telling you, is a problem because it is carried out by informal sector, by public. Okay, what they do is they will chisel out that piece of land and then start extracting and digging deeper. Okay, this is a very risky procedure. To give you an example, Jharia is one of the coal-rich region in Jharkhand. Okay, you would have read about it. Huh? No. Meghalaya is known for rat hole mining, but I'm saying Jharia is a very coal-rich region of Jharkhand. Okay, so what they have done is they have done rat hole mining by informal grouping, and because of which there was a fire which was the fire was burning inside the mining area, and it continuously was getting coal supply and plus oxygen from air, direct contact with air. So it has been burning. It was burning for almost 38 to 40 days, more than a month. You imagine the amount of pollution generated, the amount of human lives which it has caused, plus the amount of mineral which we have lost there. Okay? So these are some of the problems associated to mining. All in all, mining is leading to deforestation. Okay? Agriculture and plantation are another reason for deforestation. Basically, it is faulty agricultural practices. If we combine agriculture, growing of crops, with forestation, okay, forestation drives, then this would have still binded the soil, okay, or at least added nutrients to the soil. Because we are carrying out agricultural practices or plantation practices at a very large scale, and no forest is being planted in that big piece of land. So because of which it is causing deforestation. We are completely removing forest from a particular area. Okay? Next problem is urbanization, and the last is infrastructural projects that we discussed. Because of urbanization, we are developing so much amount of infrastructure, which is leading to deforestation. Okay? So land degradation can also occur because of overgrazing. Overgrazing comes usually in a non-season. When the season is very healthy, we do have grasses, so overgrazing is not a problem. When the season is dry, okay, we have less availability of grasses, so animals will eat up plants or grasses from the roots, leaving the soil unbinded. Okay, and now if the rainfall occurs, this soil will be drained off. Okay, so overgrazing is a problem, but for a small period of time. Faulty agricultural practices, we have already studied excessive irrigation and fertilizer and this cycle. Okay, because of excessive irrigation, we are adding more fertilizer. Because of more fertilizer, we are adding more water to it. Okay? And the soil salinity. Soil salinity is also another problem of soil pollution. This is mostly because in India, what happens is we will provide electricity subsidy, okay, to farmers. Electricity subsidy to farmers will allow them to pump a motor and extract groundwater and use it for irrigation. Okay? Now, because this is a subsidy, matlab free electricity, they will extract excess amount of water and irrigate excessively, ultimately leading to soil salinity. So this is not related to fertilizer problem. This is an independent problem in itself because of electricity subsidy. Okay? So from there we shifted to another solutions, but as of now it has caused soil salinity. Okay? Now, because of all of these reasons, this is the degraded land condition of India. Okay? Almost 30% of land in India is under desertification. Now, what is desertification? That we will be reading, but it has, you can understand it as degraded. Okay, the soil is not fertile enough for either afforestation or for even agricultural practices. Okay. Okay, so the solutions, we discussed the problems. Can you think of the solutions? Afforestation. Okay, deforestation was one big problem, so the solution will be afforestation. We discussed other problems also. You can think of less groundwater extraction, use of brown water, organic farming, biocompost, correct? Sustainable mining, okay. Sustainable mining matlab you consume only whatever is required. You extract only whatever is required. Now, again, the problem, the concept of sustainability is responsible consumption. What is required? That's what we will have to decide what is required. Okay, we will have to stop the use when it is not required. No, it is never always required. I believe it is not always required, and at least misuse is there with respect to energy and water. So I can see every day. Reducing concretization, matlab groundwater recharge. Okay, so these are some of the solutions which can be tackled, which can be handled to replenish the soil, to improve the quality of land. Okay. The other solution is non-agricultural solution can be adding of gypsum salt. Gypsum salt can be added to reduce the alkalinity of soils. Okay, this is most commonly done to reduce the alkalinity of soil, or acids are added to reduce the alkalinity of the soil. Okay. And solutions to agricultural, so agriculture shifting to healthy agricultural practices can be ZBNF or organic farming or use of brown water or organic compost. These can be healthy agricultural practices. Even crop rotation, mixed farming and all that can be solutions to this. Adversely? Positively. Drip and sprinkler irrigation will positively affect, matlab it will improve the soil quality basically. Okay. Now coming to the desertification part. So desertification, say, what do we mean by the, if you hear this term desertification, what do you understand? Simple. Land turning into barren land, right? Desertification does not mean expansion of desert. Okay. Desertification means that a piece of land which was fertile earlier is no more fertile. It can be because of numerous reasons, but it is no more fertile now. So the cause is most commonly is deforestation, because you have removed green patch of land. So the land is now exposed to climatic conditions. Okay, if it is exposed to climatic conditions, matlab heavy rainfall will leach the soil, excessive heat will deplete the soil nutrients. Okay, and because of deforestation, we are not able to add nutrients to the soil. Okay. It can also be caused because of faulty agricultural practices, as we discussed. Faulty agricultural practices will turn the soil saline. Saline matlab it will no more be fertile again and it becomes barren. Okay. It can also be because of groundwater depletion, because we are excessively extracting groundwater. So an area which was capable of forest will now be capable of grasses. If you continuously extract more, this area which is capable of growing grasses will have now dry grasses, and after some time it will not be having any forestation itself. again turning into barren land, right? So these are the problems, the causes of desertification. The effect is most importantly on food security. Okay, food security because agriculture is getting affected, so food is getting affected. Biodiversity loss because deforestation is occurring. The forest itself becomes keystone species of a major important species of major ecosystems. It will be the root cause wherein the succession, wherein the life begins. Okay, biodiversity loss is occurring because we are removing such kind of species which are supporting so many other organisms, right? It also affects the climate of the region. Okay, if we are removing, extracting excessively groundwater or keeping a land barren, we are allowing the land to get heated excessively, right? Excessive heating, we are increasing the overall temperature of the region. Okay, and less availability of water because of excessive groundwater extraction. So the solutions will be obviously if same solution to soil land degradation, same solution will work for desertification also. You start planting forest, shift towards mixed cropping or crop rotation. Okay, what is the difference between mixed cropping and crop rotation? And what is mixed farming? Alternative row is not mandatory. You can combine them. Simultaneously growing both the crops, that will be mixed cropping. And crop rotation, after removing one crop, your crop rotation ke liye rice and wheat is the most common example in India, but is not healthy. Okay, we will have to put up pulses in between, which will be responsible for nitrogen binding. Forest technique. अच्छा, मियावाकी you mean? हाँ. Mustard and potato can be used. Gram is very commonly used post, gram being Rabi and rice being Kharif. This is also done, but it depends upon the soil, what kind of soil, but what crops can be grown on that soil. Okay.
Stopping by deforestation, and then will it not in the long term affect the entire whole earth?
Why will it affect the entire earth?
There is a desert. It causes rainfall in some other area. This is
desiccating effect.
Responsible for rainfall in Amazon.
Sahara is not responsible. Atacama, okay, no problem.
So, if India, the Uttar Pradesh is like a row of trees to.
But what we are doing by, for example, there is an international initiative to bind the expansion of desert. For example, Sahara Sahel region में, to the south of Sahara Sahel region, we are planting a forest, okay, to stop the expansion. Stopping the expansion is not a problem, because see, we are ensuring that the desert is limited to this region. So whatever effect it has to do on the water body and cause rainfall, it will continue to do.
Natural process, because desert, say Amazon was a desert before. So it is a natural progression of the earth. If we stop the natural process, will it not affect adversely?
You mean to say, see, expansion of desert is not a natural process, I see. Expansion of desert is because of deforestation done by us. Occurrence of desert can be a natural process. For example, Thar desert. Occurrence is a natural process because Aravallis is, southwest monsoon is crossing parallel to Aravallis. This is a natural process. Or let's say Sahara mein, the winds are offshore. Okay? So that is a natural process for the formation of desert. But expansion of desert, I do not see this as a natural. Expansion of desert.
Because in continental area also, once they didn't the festival so I obstruct that flow. Now it's a natural.
No, so my question is that expansion of desert is also a natural phenomenon. I'm not talking about desertification. I'm talking about expansion of desert only. Let's say Thar desert starts expanding towards the eastern India. Starts expanding towards eastern India. Matlab, it engulfs MP also. Certain part. Let's say let it be trillions of years only. But if the desert is expanding, पता नहीं, why are you calling this as a natural phenomenon? Matlab, can you give me an example that in geological time scale, Sahara desert was limited to a small area and it has now expanded to entire Africa? नहीं, so for example, geological time scale mein we do have an example wherein the continents were expanding, moving away from each other, right? So in that case, do you have an example wherein Sahara desert was concentrated to a small circle, but it expanded to the entire Sahel region? In geological time scale, this was also an incident and this was also an incident. So these two are natural processes. In that case, we can agree. Why I am saying that this is not a natural process is because why did the sand enter into this region? It should not have entered, I'm saying. Okay, according to me, the sand entered, or sand was this desert was able to expand because we created a condition nearby the desert for the barren land to occur, sand to occur. So that's what, if we cover this region by forest, by trees, okay, then we will be able to bind this in that region only, limit it to that region only, is what I think.
If we obstruct the natural process,
expansion. But I have a problem with that only. Is it a natural process?
I think it's natural, and also forestation is also natural. So when these two are going in balance, then it will be okay. This will also expand. That will also,
But if deforestation is occurring,
and this natural process is
continuing, so that is a problem. Very good diplomatic answer.
In Dubai, they are doing the equal time. They are cultivating land. So naturally, it is a desert. If we cultivate land
in that region, it not affect.
Natural process. In the macro level.
See, for example, it can be, for example, let's say in Thar desert of Rajasthan, we add gypsum, then the soil becomes fertile and we start using it for cultivation. Okay? Your question is, will it be a problem? It's a natural process, and obstructing the natural process will cause problem. I'll agree with this. But I'm not able to agree with this ki expansion of desert is a natural process. But yes, occurrence of desert is a natural process. Expansion. That is what I am asking. Do you have any example in geological time scale? Do you have? Acha.
So what they are doing is they are cultivating palm trees and
that we are doing in Sahel also. That we are doing in Sahara Sahel also. But my okay. So Nile is still a fertile. The Nile region of Egypt is still fertile only. Right now, the post-industrial revolution, the things are very different. Pre-industrial revolution and something back in geological time scale. If you have such example, are you getting my point? Why I am objecting to this? Because post-industrial revolution, this entire region, we have caused deforestation leading to expansion of desert. The anthropogenic cause of expansion of desert has increased. So pre-industrial revolution may, if we have any example where the desert was expanding, it was limited.
They say change is constant. So expansion, we can consider expansion also as a change. If it does not help humans,
See, I can agree to this that expansion, at least, ये पता नहीं, we will have to check for example, image, or at least study in geological time scale. Let us find out about this. Okay? Somebody please send me a reminder. Yesterday also I said कि we will find out about this, and I did not get a reminder. अच्छा, हाँ, and we got it, na? हाँ, please reminder. Expansion of desert is a natural phenomenon or not? It is a natural as well as anthropogenic. So I will agree with stamp paper. But natural, I have objection. Let us find out about it. I am saying. If you have anything, then we will check it in break. Okay? Got any article? It's both. Okay. Can be both. Professor Rajo. It can be. I can also be incorrect, but just give me an example. It will be a learning for me. Okay. Tell me.
Climatic changes like El Nino oscillations will cause monsoons to reduce in India. So if monsoons are reducing the arid region.
But we do have La Nina in between, right? We do not have consecutive El Ninos causing desertification, right?
We know how nature
adapts or changes.
El Nino. In future, if we know at this time, at this day, El Nino will occur, this exact rainfall will be at this. Then it will affect humans in adverse way. Because
if we are able to predict El Nino, then why will it affect? Prediction में तो problem नहीं है ना, action में will be problem.
But not helpful for nature as Earth as a whole. Because these natural disasters, anything, it is the coping mechanism of Earth when
Malthus theory, correct? It is a coping mechanism.
Become more and more smarter, then it will adversely affect the.
I will agree to this point. If we try to interfere with the natural process, for example, interlinking of rivers, that is a problem. If we try to but you got certain example wherein the expansion of desert is also a natural process, right? Sahara itself.
And also,
okay, we'll go through the article in the break,
which affects the vegetation around the Thar desert, and then via that also it will increase.
See, both of them are a feedback mechanism. Something is positive, the other one is negative. So it will have a balancing effect ultimately.
Yeah, but the feedback will be too extreme, right?
Extremity is because of us.
Do we contribute to the El Nino?
The climate change is contributing to El Nino. Yes. Earlier it used to be 7 years, with coming with a difference of 7 years, now 5 years, now 3 years also. Okay. So anthropogenics is resulting in extremities of events. Okay. But in general, this El Nino, La Nina will have a moderating effect. Somebody will be having a question. Obviously, because we were sticking towards natural processes only. Now it became dry. Acha, why did Saraswati river get dried? Even because IVC kind of civilization was existed. We do not know that Saraswati has disappeared during IVC only. It could have been during Aryan civilization also. So it has entered into Vedic civilization. IVC is not responsible for Saraswati disappearance. IVC has not contributed because Saraswati is present in Vedas also, right?
So geomorphic processes affect. So geomorphic processes are natural. That causes expansion of desert. Like the movement of Indian subcontinent from the latitude southern hemisphere to northern hemisphere has caused vegetation
And
release,
has caused a Deccan trap also.
and air currents also will help. Maybe changes in air currents.
Will help in formation of desert.
Yeah.
Huh?
Formation of desert. and vice versa.
Desiccating effect. It is a cause. Cold currents are responsible for formation of desert. For example, Atacama and Peruvian current, they are cause and effect relationship they have. So cold currents will have effect, or let's say currents will have effect in formation of desert. Okay? But for expansion of desert, I would still require a proof. The expansion of desert has expanded naturally also. Okay? His question is if we are trying to do it, for example, we are trying to do it for Thar, at least in the project, on paper this is the project, we are trying to bind the entire Thar desert by carrying out an afforestation drive along the Thar desert. Or the same thing is being carried out in African Sahara Sahel region also. There also we are putting up a plantation drive and trying to bind that soil. His question is, this is a natural process of expansion of desert. Now, are we interfering? If we interfere with the natural process, will that be a problem? If we are interfering with any natural process, there will be problems. There will be problems if we undertake cloud seeding, artificial cloud seeding through aerosols. There will be problem if we are interlinking rivers. Okay? But whether it's a natural process or not, I will still check and then tell you.
Now, present government is focusing about infrastructure more. It is obviously destructing the
Himachal. Himachal and Uttarakhand are examples to this.
So, they say development brings destruction. So, what should be our
Eco-friendly.
approach?
We need to shift towards eco-friendly form of tourism.
Andaman or Lakshadweep, they are planning to develop it like Maldives.
Island Development Agency.
Like they will destroy many forests. So what should be our approach?
That's what eco-friendly form of tourism. Why do we need a 6-lane road on Himachal, areas like Himachal and Uttarakhand? Why are we building such kind of? So why are we?
Passes and everything. For example, Rohtan, they are doing Zojila.
Done with Zojila. We are ready with Zojila.
They say it's for people, but you know that it's for the army.
And not only army, this is also for the capitalist involvement, the money involved. This is not for tourism. The problem is, see what is happening right now. If you start looking into calendar, the time to visit Joshimath, we will eliminate January, December automatically because of extreme winters. We will eliminate, February, March is the correct time to go. But April, May onwards, it starts becoming excessively heavy with tourists. Okay, till February also it's very cold. So that means we are restricting the tourism period span to April, May. Okay, a maximum up to June, because post July heavy rainfall, cloudburst and landslides. So within these 3 months, we are expecting footfall of extreme number of tourists in only let's say majorly in the Joshimath, Badrinath, Kedarnath region only. Okay? To cater to these tourists, we are building 6-lane, 8-lane, and building world-class infrastructure facilities, because international tourists are also coming into this region. So we are building world-class infrastructure, 5-star hotels in these areas. Okay, people have, various committees have time and again rejected formation of such kind of 6-lane, 8-lane roads or such kind of world-class infrastructural facilities. But the government is not listening to. First of all, can be the reason, major reason is transportation of army, movement of army. Okay. Second major reason is the money involved. Capitalists are involved in building these infrastructural facilities. Money.
So, it is also the hydroelectric projects.
HEPs are also there. Also having major impact.
If we consider those this Zojila is connecting Ladakh and India. So Ladakh is very important for India. If a question comes like, what should be our approach? Definitely the ecosystem will be destroyed. So, what should we do?
That's what, acha, whether to consider.
Necessary also, because army should move, because
Huh.
the Chinese
Ha. They have also correct. So that means it is required, but keep it limited. It is required, but restrict it. That's what I'm saying. We do not require 8-lane roads there, 6-lane roads there. At least the Char Dham highway corridor, Badrinath, Kedarnath, and 2 more are there here in this project. We are trying to build all of them, connect all of them with a 6-lane highway. You imagine 4 mountain tops you are trying to cover with a 6-lane highway. What is the kind of destruction that will become? This is limited to Uttarakhand. If we are talking about, let's say, Rohtang Pass or Zojila Tunnel, this is mostly for the movement of army only. If it is for the movement of army, you restrict it to 2-lane highway or even single-lane highways, because we want the movement, immediate transportation of army and military equipments there. So we do not need, I'm saying we do not need excessive. Keep it restricted to what is required. Then again we come back to the same question, that what is required. That's what key. Limit the usage.
16 have a mountain top, I mean, it is not logical. I mean, mountain they won't be able to sustain for long. Will split natural resources. How they can even think of it?
They can.
But the thing is, the government says that they have built it because there was a heavy traffic jam. Some video came Jammu Kashmir.
Zojila.
Road, there was a large traffic jam. To counter this, we have built this thing.
Pata nahi. See, can be, if it can be avoided, it should be avoided. If it cannot be avoided, then we will have to go for it. Simple. The ultimate solution is restrict the usage. Okay, divide the tourism, restrict the number of footfalls itself. Let's say in a particular month, such and such number of tourists have already registered. Okay, then you stop entry of tourist movement in this area. That is what is done in most of the tourist places also, right? What is the system of ticketing? If you are going to a tourist place and you are provided with ticket, we are registering that this much tourists have entered. Now let them come out. Only in that case I'll allow you to enter. Okay, so regulate the movement of people. If that is related to tourism, if it is related to military infrastructure, it is important. It has to be done. Okay. Okay. So solutions. We are talking about solutions to desertification. So solutions can be already improved, working on already degraded land. The land which is already degraded has become infertile, has been deforested, has been leached or turned saline or alkaline. We will have to work on those lands. Okay. Another solution can be ongoing rehabilitation and conservation. Afforestation drive. Okay. Restrict urbanization. Shift towards vertical, better planned cities. Okay, unplanned expansion should not happen. So ongoing rehabilitation and conservation efforts should be made, and managing sustainable land and water resources. So you maintain the sustainability of land. Okay, you start shifting towards organic farming or recharge groundwater. Such kind of solutions can also be undertaken. Okay. Amongst the international initiatives, one is SDG 15, which is life on land, and the other one is UNCCD. Now, UNCCD is very important. Very, very important. Okay. 3 bodies are the most important for environment. One is Framework Convention for Climate Change, UNFCCC. Second is CBD, okay, United Nations Convention on Biodiversity. Third one is this. Okay. All three took birth simultaneously. Okay, they were born on the same summit. Okay, apart from this two, we also started discussion on sustainability. But the projects, the conventions, the protocols of sustainability came little late in the picture. Okay. So UNCCD, United Nations Convention to Combat Desertification is the full form. Okay. This is talking about measures to restrict or improve the quality of land, okay, to combat desertification. So what we are doing, the update is the last meeting occurred in the last meeting which occurred was COP15, Côte d'Ivoire. This is a region in Africa, north part of Africa. Northwestern part of Africa. Correct. Okay. So this was COP15, and the outcome of this meet was that land degradation, climate change, and biodiversity loss are interconnected issues. So land degradation ke liye we have UNCCD, climate change ke liye we have UNFCCC, and biodiversity loss ke liye we have UNCBD. So these three are interconnected issues. Now we do have COP. COP refers to Conference of Parties. We do have different COP for this, different COP for this, different COP for this. This was proposing that from next meeting, let us all sit together. मतलब FCCC meeting should come with UNCBD, should come with UNCCD. ठीक है? So because these are interconnected problems. Actually, first of all, do we agree that these are interconnected problems? Land degradation is also caused because of climate change, and because of both of this, biodiversity loss is occurring. ठीक है? So they were proposing that let us all sit together and discuss the problems, discuss the solutions. Okay. Now UNCCD meet also occurred in India. Okay, and we came up with Delhi Declaration in 2019. It says that we need to gender sensitize the issue, and more or less it was nothing else other than this gender sensitization of the issue. Matlab, see, in India the problem is feminization of agriculture. In India, agricultural laborers are majorly female, because the male counterpart, they are shifting towards urban area looking for employment. So female are left in rural areas working for fields. Okay? So our agriculture or our desertification because of agriculture will be made the major cause and effect, both will be on females. Okay? So they are trying to gender sensitize desertification under Delhi Declaration of 2019. Okay? In UNCCD, another important meet was Bond Challenge. In Bond Challenge, we have kept certain targets. The target is 150 million hectares of afforestation, right? This is the target by 2020, which we have already missed. Okay? The next target is till 2030, that is 350 million hectares. Okay? And this is the Great Green Wall. What we are doing in Africa, we are also, what we are doing in India, we are also doing in Africa. In sub-Saharan Africa, we are trying to make that Great Green Wall, restricting the expansion of desert to southern part of Africa. Okay? UNCCD is a GEF funded body. So GEF will fund all such kind of projects. Whatever projects, afforestation drive funded by GEF, Great Green Wall funded by GEF. Okay? Okay, done with desertification. You can take the pictures and we'll take 5 minutes break. There will be many Delhi declarations. So, how do we find out? So they will mention in question. Okay. I'll share it to her. She will. Unfortunately, no. Carpet? No. You're talking about Paris climate deal. Our target? No, we have not. 25 to 30 billion. That was carbon sequestration target.
That's the target. 2030 by 2030.
The 2030 as a target year is that of SDG. Paris climate deal ke liye the target year was 2022. 2017-15 was the Paris climate deal, na? 15, na? So target year was 22. INDCs you are talking about, intended nationally determined contributions. Carbon sequestration target. Now they are revised. No targets achieved till now. But at least it's a major development, right? If let's say we are saying ki 175 gigawatt of renewable energy, okay, 100 gigawatts of solar energy, and even if we are able to achieve till let's say 60 gigawatts, it's a major development. Okay? That is how you should also be keeping your targets. No, we cannot consider nuclear. No, we cannot consider. No. Uranium. Which? See, Paris climate deal target year you type. अच्छा 2030 के लिए SDGs is the target year. I mean SDG के लिए 2030 is the target year. Sustainable Development Goals. For Paris Climate Deal, 2030 was not the target year. Just check it. Target year of INDC's Paris Climate Deal. Done? Okay. Oh, we did watch now. Done? So far, what all bodies or protocols we have read that are GEF funded? Global Environment Facility funded. Have we read any? GEF funded bodies or protocols, have we read any? Achha, this is not done. I'll give you 5 minutes break.